have a very methodical approach to the plate every time you go up to have an at-bat. Can you walk me through what you do when you go up to the plate?
Yeah, I will right here.
All right, let's go.
So I walk up, and before I go to the plate, I always write my cross. God's glory, not mine. His will, not mine. I come in here, get the dirt settled, my feet placed. Then I come out, get a free swing. Deep breath, then we're ready to hit.
You're a middle infielder. You've been used kind of as a shortstop and a second baseman.
Yeah.
Is there a position you prefer more?
I'm really comfortable at second just because I grew up playing second my whole life, and it's kind of shortstop is newer to me, but I like both, but I'm more comfortable at second.
When did you join the Owls, and how were you introduced to the organization?
I was joined about 3 months ago, and I was joined. It was funny because I came from the Black Sox. Shout out Joe Torre, and I was there with him, and I was playing ball, and he actually got me hooked up with the Owls and got me the opportunity to come out here. And I flew out here, and the day I got down here, we drove to Ogden, and I was playing that next day.
So how would you describe your work ethic?
I would say that I'm a hard worker. This year I've been learning more of how to have a routine and how to stay consistent with that. Because baseball, we're here every day. So that's been more my thing, is what works for me and what I can do to lock myself in and get me prepared before games. So it's been more routine based, working smarter, not harder.
You played for a few different colleges, but when you were at Norfolk State, you had some pretty incredible dreads. Tell me what happened.
Well, I call them locks, but yeah, man, I had locks 2 different times throughout my career. And, it was just a style that I like. I just felt comfortable with it. It was me at the time. And, I got a little older, so I was just like, man, all right, it's time to cut them, do something new. So, but it was cool while I had them.
On July 27th, you became the first NoCo Owl in history to hit for the cycle. What do you remember from that day?
It was just one of them days, one of those days where you just feel extra locked in, everything is hitting on all cylinders. That's kind of how it was. I didn't really even realize that, I was, I think it was a double away from the cycle. And the previous AB, I hit a single, and I got back into the dugout and I was on the bench, and I was like, dang, I'm a double away, so, but it was just one of those things that were, it was God ordained, he planned it, it was in his will, so it happened. And, I was really blessed to do that.
You have one of the hardest swings on the team. And as a result, you've been through a good amount of bats. How many bats do you think you've broken this season?
Man, unfortunately, I've broken yesterday makes it 13, maybe 14. 13, maybe 14 bats. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's an expensive game, isn't it?
Yeah, hurt my pockets for sure.
I have a picture to show you, and I was hoping that you could explain what's going on here.
All right. Alright.
What do we know about this picture?
Brandon the Builder, Bob the Builder. Man, when I was growing up, I loved construction stuff and just playing around, and I think my mom took me to that just because she knew that's what I was into, So yeah, Brandon the Builder.
Is that what you would have been if you weren't a baseball player?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
What other things would you have been?
Probably a cowboy.
A cowboy?
Yeah. Probably be somewhere on a ranch, chasing cattle.
Interesting.
I don't know. Yeah.
You are a fantastic talent in baseball, but back at Atlee High School in Mechanicsville, Virginia, you played a different sport. Walk me through what your football career was like.
Oh man, football was cool. At Atlee, we had a really good program there. We was up under some really good coaches, some really good players, and I was actually recruited more for football than I was baseball, just because of the atmosphere and just the opportunity. And I started playing my junior year in high school, and I was pretty good. So but I just love baseball more. So yeah, but it was a cool experience at Atlee, man. Shout out to the Raiders.
What has been your biggest obstacle to overcome this season?
I think for me, the biggest obstacle was how to deal with failure. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that this is a game of failure and that you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, but to just stay even keel and to, you know, come out and put that same amount of work in regardless of the result. You know, just a lot of guys here, and just like what I've been hearing a lot and learning in the season is process over result. You know, just having that process and not to get so down on myself when I don't have a good game, or if I, you know, you're gonna have a lot of 0 for 4 games, but you're gonna have some 4 for 4 games. But either way it goes, it's a blessing to be out here and you know, to not take that for granted and just to work hard in spite of, you know, what's going on.
What does this opportunity mean to you?
Man, it means the world. You know what I'm saying? I dreamt of playing professional baseball, and, you know, every time I come out to this field, it means the world to me, you know, and it's like never to lose sight of that, is that, you know, I'm playing a kid's game, you know, and I get to do this every day, so it's truly a blessing.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.